When the human race was first recognized by the Galactic Council, they weren't thought to be much more than a curiosity. They had decent tolerance for both heat and cold, a good power-to-weight ratio, and an impressive ability to adapt. But beyond that, there was nothing special about them. They weren't apex predators, nor were they a species with any remarkable honor. The death of a leader would spark endless wars of succession, and despite their potential, they were seen as chaotic and unrefined. In short, humans were an afterthought in the vast, calculated world of galactic politics. Then, the Trixi saw their opening. They waited for the inevitable moment of weakness, when the human race would tear itself apart. 27 years after the first recognition by the Council, they got what they were waiting for. The spark they had anticipated ignited into an inferno that consumed the entire human race. The images from the first week of conflict still haunt me. The brutal destruction, the sheer bloodshed, it was almost incomprehensible. I still can't fathom how a species can turn on itself with such ruthless efficiency. No compassion, no honor. Just cold, calculated slaughter. But then came the Trixi. With the human race teetering on the edge of annihilation, the Trixi launched their attack. Millions of soldiers and warships descended upon human-controlled territory. Planet after planet fell. Millions of humans died. The rest of the galaxy turned its back. The humans were as good as finished. Yet in a move no one saw coming, the humans did something unexpected. They united. In mere weeks, years of animosity and division evaporated. Old enemies were shaking hands, fighting side by side. The Trixi, after having conquered nearly 73% of human territory in 6 weeks, suddenly found themselves unable to move another light year. The humans had fought back not just with weapons, but with the full force of their will. The Trixi war machine had met an unexpected enemy. It was at this moment, in the very darkest hour of their history, that the humans did something unimaginable. They dug in. While the Trixi continued their assault, the humans simply refused to give up ground. Every inch of territory retaken was never relinquished. The Trixi battered their lines again and again, but the humans held firm. Then, when it seemed like they had no more to lose, the humans launched a series of devastating counteroffensives, forcing the Trixi into retreat once again. 6 years have passed since the conflict began. What was supposed to be a quick conquest had turned into the largest war in galactic history in over 500 years. The Council, convinced the humans would cease hostilities once their lands were retaken, found themselves completely mistaken. The humans wanted more than just their territory back. They wanted vengeance. They wanted the blood of the Trixi who had killed their kin. They wanted their revenge. In a turn no one expected, the Council called for an emergency peace talk with the Trixi. Miraculously, the humans agreed. At first, it seemed like there might be hope for peace. The humans conducted themselves with surprising restraint, speaking with reason and understanding. But when the topic of reparations came up, the true nature of the humans' intentions became clear. The Trixi ambassador spoke of monetary compensation for lands still under human control. The human delegation fell silent. After what felt like an eternity, the human leader stood and calmly said, "You'll have our answer within the hour." Without another word, he left, followed by the rest of his delegation. The Council waited. The humans had to be reconsidering, right? It wasn't until the hour had passed that the message came in. The human leader's face appeared on the vid screen, his expression unreadable. For a few long moments, he simply stared at the Council. Then, finally, he spoke. "We cannot accept the terms as they stand," he said with a smile that didn't quite reach his eyes. For a brief moment, there was stunned silence. The Trixi ambassador spluttered, "What do you mean? How did you—" Before he could finish, the human leader gestured, and the screen split. Half showed the human leader's smiling face, while the other half revealed the Trixi homeworld surrounded by the entire human armada. The Trixi ambassador's voice wavered. "When did you do this?" The human leader simply smiled. Then, without warning, the human fleet opened fire. Within seconds, centuries of Trixi history were incinerated. Billions of Trixi died in an instant, with no chance to comprehend the horror unfolding before them. One of the greatest empires in the galaxy had been obliterated. The human leader's voice came through again, almost coldly. "We've decided to compromise. 16 billion of my fellow humans died at the hands of your people. We feel that trading 10 billion of your people for those 16 billion humans is a fair compromise." The words "fair compromise" dripped with venom, and the human leader continued, "As a race, We are now open to any negotiation for peace. The council's members were stunned. The member from Chennai roared in outrage. You've just declared war on the entire Galactic Council. This is not peace, it's madness. There will be no peace until your race is wiped from existence. The human leader turned his gaze to the Chennai member, his smile growing colder. Good. 14 days later, the war was over. The Trixi had no people left to fight. The humans didn't accept any terms of peace. They had simply erased their enemy from existence. The Galactic Council, shaken to its core, found itself at war not with the humans, but with itself. 4 races defected from the Council, disgraced by the initial inaction that allowed so many human lives to be lost. The humans had taken control, and now the once mighty Galactic Council was splintering. The war had ended, but the humans had made their mark. And now, with the rest of the galaxy watching, one thing was clear: humanity wasn't going anywhere. The galaxy would soon learn that the humans, for all their flaws, were a force to be reckoned with.